In October of 1994, the very first Magic the Gathering novel was released. Arena, written by William Forstchen and published by Harper Prism, told the story of the wizard Garth, who arrives at the city of Estark to compete in the eponymous arena for his own ends. Written long before Magic's story was codified, Arena is decidedly different from how later tales depict the world of the card game. Forstchen notably tries to tie gameplay into fantasy, with the characters betting ownership of their spells in their duels, just like the anti-mechanic featured in the game at the time. Arena is also noteworthy for being one of the earliest ways players could receive promotional cards. Copies of the book had special coupons inside that readers could send in to get 2 special cards printed just for the novel: The Sewers of Estark and Arena, the card. Arena is a land that doesn't tap for mana. Instead, by paying 3 mana and tapping it, each player selects one of their creatures and forces them to do battle. While flavorful and obviously inspired by the arena featured in the novel Arena, it wasn't a very noteworthy card and hasn't seen much play in the 3 decades since its release. In 1996, Wizards of the Coast rolled out their new play program, the Arena League, meant to serve as a bridge between casual and competitive play. The Arena League incentivized players with the Arena League promos, cards you could win by participating in and getting good rankings in your local league. The Arena League was actually fairly successful by all accounts and lasted for a full decade, spanning some of Magic's most noteworthy blocks like Mirrodin and Ravnica. Tournament formats were flexible, so players never felt like they were forced to play the most competitive games, and WotC themselves encouraged more casual formats. The Vanguard format and its cards, for instance, was released specifically for use in arena events. In 2015, Wizards of the Coast released a new tactical miniatures wargame titled Arena of the Planeswalkers, giving players the opportunity to take on the role of Planeswalkers and summon armies to do battle. Arena of the Planeswalkers was essentially a rebranding of the previously discontinued Heroescape game, retooled for Magic the Gathering. Arena of the Planeswalkers had 3 sets and a plethora of miniatures produced for it, but was never as popular as the card game it was based on, so it stopped receiving support and faded into obscurity. In late 2017, Wizards of the Coast unveiled the evolution of digital Magic play. By now, Magic Online had become seriously outdated, and it showed its age when compared to other digital TCGs like Hearthstone, and so Magic Arena entered its beta stage, fully launching 2 years later in 2019. Unlike Magic the Gathering Online, which tries to be compatible with every card and format, Arena only cared about the newest releases in Standard and a few extra sets, allowing Wizards to better curate the game's card library. Over the years, many innovations have been brought to the game, for better or worse, and while there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, Arena still remains the best way to play Magic Online for free. Arena is a word that is both grand and mundane. It evokes that fantasy feel of being familiar yet wondrous. The arena is a place anything could happen, and it draws at your imagination. The words Magic Arena pour out of your mouth, bringing to mind wondrous battles between wizards and monsters like pretty much no other 2 words in the English language. It makes for good branding, certainly, to have such a fantastic word associated with your game. But one can't help but wonder if it's been a bit overused. Without a doubt, some confusion was likely sparked back in 2017 when WotC first announced Arena. Some older players shaking their heads and going, "Wait, they're bringing back the Arena League? Nice," only to be disappointed by what looked like a Hearthstone clone. Similarly, I bet if you told someone without context that you were playing Arena, they'd pretty much never expect you to be referring to the card or the miniatures game. It's a small inconvenience, I think, to not immediately know what someone is talking about when two words leave their lips with no other context, but I also think it's kind of neat that Magic as a game has such a long history that you can even have such inconveniences in the first place. Arena means different things to different people. It could be a book, a card, a league, a board game, and even a video game, and all of those things have special meaning to the history of the game and the people who play it. When you hear the word Arena, what comes to mind? For me, it's the book, because obviously it's the book, but I imagine for most of you, it's the video game. Let me know in the comments below, and of course, like and subscribe and all that. Check out the Patreon and the Discord, and stay radical.